Okay, hello everyone, this is T here. Today I want to make a tier list for all the champions and all the melee weapons, and then I also want to share the latest change in the PTR server, um, and also the tier list after the changes for all the champions and weapons. Alright, so let's talk about the current patch right now. The current patch, the king for solo queue is this girl. Alright, Matari.
The Silver Crow.
The silver crown, because you're just not able to kill her when the circle is still big, right? As long as there are trees, then you're not able to kill her, right? All she needs to do just F to the tree, or grapple, or just grapple hook to the tree, and then just charge on the tree, and then she will just like fly away, and then do another F or another grappling hook to another tree. You're just not able to catch her anyway, and then she can just heal herself on the tree with climbing up and down, and all you can do is just grappling hook attack, and sometime and you will miss. If you miss your attack, then she will just heal another 500 HP, and your grappling hook attack is only dealing like 100 or 200 HP, depends on your weapon. So right now it's so hard to kill a good Matari. Like no way, almost. No way to kill a good Matari. It's just so hard. The only champion that might be able to kill her is this guy, because of the one-shot combo. If this Matari try to kill you, try to kill Takagi, and then Takagi uses ult, and then fight back immediately before Matari can react, then Takagi can one-shot Matari. That's the only case. I mean, in high elo gaming. In the high elo game, I think that's the only way that Matari get killed. Or, you fight each other, you kill the other one, and then another third party coming, then they kill Matari. That might be another story. But when we talk about 1v1 dueling situation, no one else can kill Matari besides this guy. Alright? So, S tier Matari, A tier Takagi, and also this girl. Alright. So why Kurumi is so strong right now?
Can you afford my
Because
beginnings make good endings.
she don't need to fight the early game. She just find a like location with no one respawn, and then she just stay out of the circle. She can just heal herself with her F. She doesn't need to do anything else, just heal with her F, and then stay out of the circle. So no one will stay out of the circle. You don't want to lose your health, You have to stay inside the circle, but she can just stay outside the circle, looting, searching all the time. And also she can just go loot all the body, loot all the dead body in those like rich area. So she doesn't need to fight. She can just be super geared. And she's also super strong at fight. Her F heals her health, and then normally she will pick her second ultimate to heal her armor. And then the cooldown for her ultimate is super short. I mean like 2 minutes or like 2.5 minutes, something like that. She can just spamming her ultimate, during the final circle, and no one is able to kill her. It's like a second health. So she's so hard to kill. But compared to Matari, a good Matari is impossible to kill. Kurumi, it's hard to kill because she has like 2 health bar basically. So let's say you have 1 health bar, 1 armor bar, but Kurumi, she has 2 armor bar and 2 health bar. So she double the health. But if you are so good, you can just do twice damage, then you're still able to kill a Kurumi. That's why she's strong, but she's not S tier. So basically, 2 reasons. She can stay out of the circle to loot all the dead body to gear up with no risky. And she's also so hard to kill. That's why she earned this A tier. For Takagi, the only reason Takashi can stay in this A tier is because of the one-shot combo. If you don't know how to do the one-shot combo, you shouldn't play this character in solo queue. Alright, if you know how to do the combo, then you can play this in the solo queue, and then you might be able to win some game. And if you don't know the combo, this guy is like this. It's like C tier. Alright, very bad. Okay, so next one, the monk. The monk is kind of okay right now, but compared to the top three, he is a little bit lower level. His F, normally in the solo queue, you take the second one, which can disarm the enemy. If you time it correctly, and if you know how to use it, it's a huge advantage for you. But his ult is kind of useful in solo queue, alright? Because all the good players, they know how to dodge it, and then they know how to shoot you behind the cover, and you're not able to grab them anyway. So his ult is just a health recovery skill basically. So when you're low HP, you just use your health to recover your HP bar and then cancel your ult immediately to keep fighting or just run away. So the monk belongs to the B tier. Same tier, this guy. Viper Ning, she is pretty good. Especially when they buff her ult in this patch, so you are not able to use grappling hook anymore. And then if she stuns you, it's a guaranteed kill. She just bring out her musket or her bow, just headshot you like 3 times. She doesn't even need to charge it, just spam left click on your head, 1 2 3 4 5, then you die. Or like a blue bow or a purple bow probably will just do enough damage. So if you get stunned by Viper Ning, you'll die for sure. But it's so easy to dodge her ult. Like a height offset, like a cliff, you just jump down the cliff. Or if there's a bush, you just hide in the bush. If you hide in the bush, there's no way for her to ult you, because if she goes into the bush, she still cannot see you. So there's no way for her to land her ult on you if you are in a bush. Alright? So, and also the Phantom Step, the Soul Jade, which allows you to become invisible for a short time, and also Matari's ult. So there are tons of ways to avoid his ult. So her ult is strong, but not that strong. People knows how to against her ult, and then it's so easy to against. Alright, so she belongs to the B tier, and then her ult is useful, more useful than the monk's ult, but her F, it's super strong. Alright, her F can become a reason that you can kill Kurumi or Matari, and also her F can become one part of your combo. So let's say you're using the dagger combo. You cut them you uppercut and into mid-air, and then you do 2 normal, then down the ground, do another normal, and then jump and do another 2 normal. And then instead of doing a red click, you do your F. You follow up with your F, then you can do another uppercut and do all those combo again. So that's pretty much a like almost 2000 health damage combo. If they don't have any Soul Jade or health Soul Jade or melee resistance Soul Jade, they will probably just die. So her F is super strong, and then you're not able to use any skill because her F will just ban your skill. You're not able to use them. So she is a little bit stronger than the monk, but compared to these two A tier, her ult is not that useful. That's the only reason. Alright. These two guy belongs to C tier. Of course, the Sand Boy. This guy is for trio. He's not for solo queue. His ult is kind of useless. His F is not that useless, but compared to all the other character, I think it's kind of useless. And Yodohime, she's super cute. She's a super cool champion or hero, but she's really not that strong. her ult, if you're a good player, probably she can only land one time on you if you know how to dodge her ult. Alright? It's so easy to dodge. Sometimes you don't even need to do anything. You just run away straight, and then there's no way for Yutahime to hit you the second or the third one. You just slide, crouch jump, slide, crouch jump, slide away, dash, crouch jump, and then she's only able to hit you once with her ult. It's just so easy to dodge. And then there's another way. You just, when you see her ready to use out her ultimate, you just shift to the left or shift to the right. It's just so many easy way to dodge her ult. So her ult is kind of useless in the solo queue. Her F is like Viper Ning's F. You can combo that in your melee combos. You can put that in your melee combo, but it's hard. It's not very easy compared to Viper Ning. You have to do it in the middle air to make sure your combo is guaranteed hit. It's very hard compared to Viper Ning. Viper Ning is super easy. You see them land on the ground, you just use your F, and then you can make them stand up again, and then they're also stun locked, so they're not able to do anything. There's no hard. It's not hard at all. You just spam your F, just use your F, and then you can just continue your combo. But Yutohime, you cannot do that. You have to find a good timing to use your F in the middle air to make sure your combo is guaranteed. Or they may just use, let's say, Matari. You finish your combo, they land on the ground, and you use your F on the ground, try to combo next, and the Matari will just ult or flash away. You're not able to continue with your combo. So these two characters is not very good in solo queue. They have a data analyze for the game. It's in some Chinese app. So after solar rank, so basically beyond the platinum, you can only see these three: Matari, Kurumi, and Takaji. You can only see these three characters. All those four, probably maybe one game with Viper, because the one trick guy, some player they just do one trick, and also maybe another one trick guy with the monk. Most of the player they're playing Matari because it's so hard to kill, and everyone knows it's so hard to kill her, so no one will try to chase her down. When people see Matari, they just let her go, because when you try to chase her, you're wasting your grappling hook, you're wasting your like armor powder or health. Alright, it's just a waste. So in the high elo rank, probably you're gonna see only these three heroes. All those four heroes, you're not able to see them. Alright, that's for the solo queue. And for the trio, things got different. Alright, let's put them all back. This guy, and this guy. Those are the S tier hero for trio. If you have a team with these three guys, then the game will be so easy for you. Alright, when you have your ult, all three of them, when you have all three of your ult, you see another team, you don't need to do anything. Just use the sandboy to circle all the three players in your ult. Viper Ning use her ult, and then Tianhai, he doesn't need to use his ult. All he needs to do is just spamming the Dragon Slayer in the sand circle, and then you will just kill everyone. It's just so fucking easy. You don't need to do anything else. And then for the second tier, I will say like this. Those three characters are the second tier. Their ult is a little bit useful, but not that useful. Let's say Matari, she can use her ult to interrupt Viper Ning's ult. So she is kind of useful, but sometimes a good Viper Ning, they will always use her F on Matari first before they use her ult. So you're not able to, become invisible, because you get Viper Ning's F. You're not able to use any ability or ultimate. But it's hard during the actual gameplay. All the Viper Ning, they know a good player. They know, oh, I need to, kick the Matari, and then use my ult. But sometimes it's not. I mean, ideally that's the best situation, but in reality, it's so hard to find Matari at the beginning, and then also maybe it's not a good timing to use your ult after kicking the Matari. So Matari is still a good counter to Viper Ning. And then Kurumi, she is kind of in a very weird situation, because if you're a high elo rank player, you probably will just choose the top 3, or at least 2 of them, or maybe the Sandboy, Viper Ning, or maybe the Sandboy, the Monk, or maybe the Monk or Viper Ning, and then leave a third position to Matari, or maybe this guy. Alright, because if, let's say, if your team die, these 2 guy, these 2 boy, they can survive. They can just use alt, use F to run away, and then you can still keep your keep your rank higher. Let's say you die like at the very beginning, but these 2 characters alive, they can still try to live until the end. Maybe they can get the 3rd place, or maybe get the chicken dinner. Who knows? So sometimes people will pick Sandboy for sure, and then maybe pick the Monk, and then pick another Matari, because she's so good at running or escaping. So Kurumi, then there's no spot for Kurumi. You only can pick 3 champion, right, in your team. So it's either the top 3 or top 2 with Matari, or maybe top 2 with this Target G. So Viper Ning is kind of same as the Monk, but Monk is a little bit better than the Viper Ning. But Sandboy, he's special. So if I made this tier list again, I will do something maybe like this. Like this. He's so special. You need at least 1 Sandboy in your team. And if you don't, then probably you will just lose to a Sandboy team like super easily. And these 2 guys, they're kind of similar. You better have 1 in your team at least. Especially if you have 1 in your team, you will know how good it is or how easy the game is. When the Monk uses ult, you can just do whatever you want. You just use grappling hook to stop the enemy, and then he can grab on the enemy, or you can just res your teammate. It feels so safe under the Monk, under the cover of the huge Titan. So those top 3 are the best choice, and sometimes Matari for better placement ranking. So Matari, she's in a super bad spot. I mean Kurumi, she's in a weird spot. She's kind of okay, but right now no one is picking her. Or unless you're running some super weird combo like this 3 guy, like running combo, you just don't try to fight, just try to survive as long as you can. But it's so hard to get a chicken dinner with this team compared to the best one. All right, so in this competition, Kurumi may help a little bit, but this is not very popular, and it's also not very good. And then also, let's put it. Then the Yoto Heime, she is not that good in the trio too. I mean, her ult can do lots of damage, but just get countered so hard by the Monk. I mean, the Monk see you ult, and then he ult to against your ult, then you have to cancel your ult and run away, because if you don't, the Monk will just grab you and then kill you. So basically, if the other team has the Monk, when they see Yutohime use her ult, the Monk will just use ult at the same time, and then you have to run away or interrupt your ult, right? Same as the Viper Ning. When they see Yutohime use her ult, the Viper Ning just use her ult, then you have to run away because you're gonna get stunned by Viper Ning's ult, and then they can just kill you. Alright, so that's why Yutohime, she's not very strong in Trail 2, because her ult just get countered by the top 3 too hard. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And for this guy Takaji, if you, I mean, this guy is kind of useless in trail because he's like the duelist champion. He's so good at 1 versus 1, but he's not good at 1 versus like 1 versus 2 or 1 versus 3, because the one shot combo, the one shot combo is so hard to finish or to perform when you're versus multiple players. I mean, you uppercut one into the air, and the enemy's teammates can just normal attack to stop your uppercut. So this guy belongs to C tier, alright, in the trail. Then let's talk about the weapon. Alright, let me get a new page. Okay. No. Okay. Point. Okay. The melee weapon tier list. Oh, where's the dagger? Okay. So I don't want to talk about this one. This is the, I don't know, this is the weapon from airdrop. Let's talk about the normal one. Sapphire, A tier. They nerf this weapon a lot, but still it's a very good weapon because the long range and also the Dragon Slayer in the trio. Let's talk about the solo queue first, alright? In solo queue, this weapon is not that good. Like say B tier, or C tier. Alright, B tier. I will put that at B. The good of the advantage of Sapphire is the Dragon Slayer. But in solo queue, sometimes it's hard to use Dragon Slayer. You are using normal combo or normal focus attack or the left focus attack of the Sphere. The first charge, not the Dragon Slayer charge. So it's not that useful in solo queue, alright? But still, the Sphere has the longest attack range and then the longest dash range to disengage from the enemy. It's still a good weapon, but not that good, alright? And then let's talk about the dagger. S tier. They nerfed the dagger in this patch. They reduced the damage of the middle air combo, but still it's the A tier, the S tier, because the dagger dash, it makes you become invincible for almost 1 second. If you're a good player, you're able to use the dagger dash to dodge lots of stuff. It just has so many potential, and also her right click. It's so long, you have to dodge twice to get out of its range. It's just ridiculous. And then the charging time of her right focus attack is so short. It has a super short charging time, and then force the enemy to either parry or use their shift twice to get out of the range. It's just OP, like overpowered. This, even though they nerfed the combo, but the other stuff of dagger is still overpowered. So we put it at S tier. And also the combo right now, you can still use the combo. It still do lots of damage. And besides that, you have all the other advantage like your right click focus attack and also your dagger dash, which makes dagger the S tier for sure. Katana, I will put like A tier, because it's a very good weapon, very easy to use weapon, and then the focus attack is kind of hard to parry because the timing. I mean, overall, Katana is a very good weapon, and of course the combo with Takaji, you can just one shot the enemy, and then lots of combo with Katana. They're super good and do lots of damage, especially with all the soul jades, Sap soul jade, and also the combo after you parry them and do the counter strike. So Katana overall is a very great weapon. And then let's talk about the longsword. The longsword is even better than Katana right now, because all the combo Katana can do longsword can do it better. And then the longsword does more damage. The only disadvantage of longsword is her focus attack. You can charge it only once, but that's already enough. And then use longsword. It's so easy to bait out the parry of the enemy. You just charge your focus attack, and 80% of the good player, they will try to parry you, and then you can just do a normal combo with longsword, and then like 90% you will hit them for sure. That's why longsword is a little better than the katana, but they're in the same tier, I think, than the greatsword. I don't play greatsword a lot, but they buff this weapon a lot. So before they buff this weapon, it's like here. Alright, it's like D tier. No one is using this weapon in solo queue. But right now, after they buff it, some people start to use this weapon in solo queue. I mean, sometimes you get a gold or yellow greatsword and you have a blue katana. I will just choose the blue katana. Alright, because the greatsword is so easy to get parried. And then if you're facing a good player, you're not very familiar with the greatsword, you will just get parried like every single time when you use your focus attack or even normal attack combo. So greatsword is kind of hard to use, but I know some really good player, they're using this greatsword, and then it's just amazing. Give them a pretty good ranking in the game. I don't know how they did it, but it's not, the greatsword is not as bad as before. It's also a great weapon. So overall, the balance of melee weapon, they are pretty good. I mean, actually, I can put this guy here after they nerf the dagger. I mean, it's still OP, but I can still put it here. It's not that OP. Yeah, but probably like here. Yeah, it's still OP. I will just put it S tier. Leave it as S tier. But all the other 4 weapons, they're kind of similar. But longsword is better than katana. Katana is better than Saphir. Saphir is better than greatsword. Alright, this is for the solo queue. Then let's talk about the trio. In the trio, this guy is garbage. Don't ever pick a dagger in trio, because this weapon doesn't give you any AoE damage. No AoE damage at all. And also, short range of this weapon. You have to get into the melee range to do all your damage, or you have to do a combo to do all your damage. But in trio, your combo are so easy to be interrupted. So dagger, garbage. Don't use this in solo queue. Alright, don't use this weapon in trio. Alright, you find a golden dagger, throw them away. Use your white Saphir or blue Saphir. Alright, this guy goes into S for sure. Alright, and then because of the Dragon Slayer, you don't need to you just keep Dragon Slayer the enemy, and then as long as they don't parry it, you're just doing lots of damage to them. Let's say the enemy, they are fighting your teammate, and then you just use Dragon Slayer from their back, and they're not able to react to it, and then you just CC them for like 2 seconds, and during this time your teammates, they can do whatever they want to the enemy. And this Saphir weapon is crazy in trio. I will always keep 1 Saphir in my bag, even it's a white weapon. Right? Even it's a white one, I will find a good timing. Why teammates, they're getting chased or get hit by the enemy, I will find a good angle to this weapon to use the Dragon Slayer to CC all the enemy that hitting my teammate, and then we can just fight back. Alright, so this is S tier. It's not that strong, but like here, like A plus S minus. Compared to the solo queue dagger, I will probably just put like A plus for Saphir. Compared to the solo queue dagger, the solo queue dagger is S tier for sure. Alright, but let's see in trio, I can put like S minus or A plus. I will just leave it at S. Alright, so the other 3, they're kind of similar. The greatsword, it's super strong because of the Soul Jade. The earthquake, the earth shock, and then the overlord. I think that's the 2 Soul Jade. When you have those 2 Soul Jade, you're just a god. You don't need to do anything. You just hold your left click until you get the I forgot the name. There's a special stance for the great sword called stone something. I cannot remember. Let me check. Ooh, ooh, ooh. What's this called? Oh, the stone form. Yes. You just hold your left click, and then once the enemy attack you with their normal attack, you will be transformed into the stone form, and you have those two soul jade, and then you can just use the, the super crazy with lightning, the super spin, use all that combo or that skill, and that will just pretty much one shot everyone with all the golden armor. And it's just so easy to use out. You just hold your left click and goes into the crowd, and anyone hit you with their light attack, you can just transform into the stone form and then use the earth shock. So the great sword, super OP in trails. So I will put like the first one at A tier. Longsword is better than the katana because of the long range. It's more safe. It's kind of safer than the katana, and also it's more AOE than katana. You can just when your teammates they're chasing other player, you don't have to chase with them too. You can just follow up and then stay long or stay away from the enemy, and then you can still hit them with your focus attack. So greatsword, since their focus attack is a long range AOE, it's also a good weapon in trail. Katana, no, not very bad, but not very good, like the middle. Alright, so this is the weapon tier for the trail. Okay, so this is my tier list for the current patch. Then let's talk about the PTR changes. Alright. First, let me see. There are lots of changes in the PTR, and then some of them may go to the official server, and some of them probably no. Let me find out the notes. Okay, so I think all the notes right now they're in Chinese, so I won't show them in the screen, but I will like give you a conclusion what they're gonna change. So first, they're gonna buff the tree attack. So when you are climbing the tree, you light attack, you're doing a uppercut on the tree. They're buffing that attack damage like 50%, because right now all the Matari they just hang on the tree and then heal themselves. It's just so hard to kill, so they buff that attack to try to minimize all the Matari on the tree. So right now, I mean in the PTR, if you still on the tree and then you get hit by the uppercut on the tree, then you will lose lots of health. So it's not a good deal anymore. That's the first thing they change. The second, all the mid-air right click, for Sapphire and Greatsword, they can just spam on you. When they're doing the tech chase, you're lying on the ground, they're just doing nothing but jump, right click, and then you just get knocked down to the ground again and again and again. It's so hard to counter. So the dev, they decide to add a like rear swing to that action, so they are not able to spam the jump, right click again. You can just dodge it immediately after they do it again. So the second time there will be a huge gap. They are not able to like spam that action again and again like right now. That's the thing they have changed in the new PTR. I think that's a pretty good change, because sometimes I die to that and then it just feels so frustrating. It just don't make you feel good. But I'm glad they've changed that. And the third one, they nerfed the dagger. They nerfed the dagger in solo queue, and then they add some soul jade for dagger. It's a huge change to dagger. So right now, the dagger's red click becomes a soul jade. So you have to use a soul jade to have dagger's red click right now, because it's just so OP. So you need a soul jade to perform that. And then I don't know what the new dagger's red click focus attack gonna be, but it's kind of a nerf. And also they increase all the stamina cost when they're doing the dagger dash. I mean, yeah, the energy cost when they're using the dagger dash. And they also reduce the stun lock once you're hit by the dagger. So they kind of nerf the dagger from all the specs. So I think next patch the dagger will become like here. When we do the tier list, then will be more like for let's say for solo queue, it will be more like this. So longsword, katana, dagger, and then sapphire and great sword. All right, or maybe here. It depends on the damage, how much they cost. It just really depends on the number, how much they increase the dagger dash cost, and then they're also gonna reduce the dagger dash invincibility frame time. Right now it's almost 1 second, and then probably they will just reduce the time to maybe 0.8 second. I don't know, but they're gonna reduce it. It really depends on the number for dagger to maybe put it here. I think here at most. It won't be great. After next patch, that I don't think dagger will be better than katana, but maybe still better than the sphere or the great sword in the solo queue. All right, and in trio, dagger is just a garbage. Just don't ever pick this weapon. All right. So that's the weapon changes. So for the new patch, the PTR weapon tier, I will put something like this. All right, the dagger depends on the number. All right, but it won't be better than the katana. All right, so a little bit less than katana, but still better than the sphere. That's, I think we're better. The dagger gonna go for solo queue, and for trio, there's no changes. I mean, dagger just garbage, so still garbage. But all the other weapons, they didn't change that, so stay the same. Okay. Next, let's talk about all the new champion changes. I mean, new hero changes in the PTR. So they pretty much kind of nerf all the champion besides the fire boy. All right. So for solo queue, they buffed the Takaji by reduce the rear swing of his F1 skill. So basically, when you use F1, you're kind of in a defense mode, and then after the enemy hits you, you can release the attack. After that attack, the enemy, they can like dodge away, or they can parry, or they can do whatever they want. But I think what devs want that punch as a combo starter. So you punch them, and then you can continue with your combo, like a normal katana left click, and then the enemy, they are not able to dodge it. It's like the alt. When you're using Takaji and you use your alt, you can punch during your alt, and then you can still land on your left click after a punch. I think Dev want to make his skill more like that one. It's a good buff to Takaji. And then let's talk about the Sandboy. The Sandboy, they made a very special change to the Sandboy. Alright. They increase the CD of his F skill. The CC skill. But now you can use his F when you're under attack. It's like the divine bell for the monk. When you use the monk, you can use your default divine bell when you're being attacked. So in the PTR, the Sandboy has the same function of his F, but the cooldown of his F doubled. I think right now his F cooldown, let me check, it's like,
mark my words, we will
like 12 seconds, but in the actual PTR it's 25 seconds. but you can use them under attack. That's what they changed on this guy. When the player they're in the PTR, they said it's a nerf. It's a nerf. It's not that useful, but the cooldown is too long compared to right now, so it's a nerf. So for solo queue, this is the original solo queue, right? Like here, 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 here. Alright, this is the original solo queue. The current patch, something like this. I cannot remember. So after the PTR changes, they nerf the Sandboy, so probably he will go even lower. And then for the monk, they change his health when he's in the Titan form. They reduce his health in the Titan form, so he will stay the same, or maybe drop a little bit lower tier. And then for Viper Ning, I don't think they changed too much. Let me see. Okay. Viper Ning. Yeah, I don't see any change to her, so she stays the same. And then for these two girl, they nerf them pretty hard. So for Kurumi's ultimate and her F, they will nerf the number for sure. And then after nerfing the number, probably she will be like here, right? And then for the girl, basically they nerf her ultimate. So right now when you use her ultimate, you can refresh both charges of your F. I mean, let's assume you're taking the F2, I mean, of course, for solo queue, or even for the trio. Right now you can refresh all the cooldown. So you can F, ultimate, F. You can use 4F, right, in a row. So after the changes, you can use only 3F total. So let's say FF, alt, you only get one charge back. Alright? Or you use 1F and then you use alt, you get another charge back. You can use FF. Alright, so totally you only have 3F instead of 4. That's how they nerf the Matari. And also, you're not able to use your health potion or armor powder while you're climbing the tree. Climbing? If you're stay on the tree, you can still use your mass. But when you're moving up and down on the tree, you're not able to use your mass anymore. That's a huge nerf to the girl, alright? Amatari. That's huge nerf to her because right now she just F and grappling hook to the tree and then use mats on the tree, and then with climbing up and down, you're just not able to kill her because you're not able to hit her with your grappling hook attack. It's so hard to hit her. But right now, if she's not able to move up and down with healing herself at the same time, then you have a pretty good chance to hit her. And she's not that OP anymore. So this 2 nerf will bring her maybe drop to the B tier. It's still better than Kurumi, or maybe Kurumi is a little bit better than her. Depends on the number, how they nerf her alt and how they nerf her S in the solo queue only. The dev said they're gonna change the number in solo queue and in trio. So in trio, all the numbers stay the same. You also heal like 500 with your F, but in solo queue probably only heal like 300. And your ultimate, when you're recovering the armor, let's say in trio you're healing like 500 armor every 1 second, but in solo queue probably you're only healing like 200 armor every 1 second. So they're gonna do those number changes in solo queue and in trio. So depends on the number. I think Kurumi might be a little bit better than Matari, because if they nerf the tree mechanic, you're not able to heal on the tree, then Matari, she's not invincible anymore. You're able to kill her, and then it's just so easy to kill her. Because right now Matari, she doesn't need to use her ult. She just F, goes on the tree, then she, as long as she has mass, then she can just go back to full health. You're just not able to kill her. She doesn't need to use her F, alright? And then with her F, then she gonna run away for sure. Alright? But after the nerf, you're not able to use your health potion or armor powder on the tree when you're moving up and down the tree. Then all the problem solves. She's not OP anymore. So she dropped to B tier. I mean, let me put all of them like this. So this is the new tier. Takaji, of course, he's the new S tier because they didn't nerf this guy. They buff him. They buff his first F. So in solo queue, instead of taking the fireball or the second one, I think the first F might be the best option in next patch. Alright, you just hit them with your first F, then you can start your combo. Start your melee weapon combo, no matter with katana or longsword or whatever weapon. So it just become a combo starter. That's good, and it's a huge buff to him, I think. And all the other character, all those two, they got nerfed. Viper, they didn't change her, but still she's not that strong. So I think all of them become the same tier. And then the monk, they nerf him. The Titan, they nerf the health of the Titan form. So I will drop it from here to here. And for Yotohime, I think it's a buff. So they, right now, Yotohime's F, you're only able to refresh your F when you killed someone with your F, right? In the new PTR, as long as you kill an enemy, you will refresh your F. So you don't have to kill it with your F. As long as you kill someone, you will get another F. But the damage of F is reduced, like reduced by half, 50%. So it's hard to tell it's a nerf or a buff, but I think it's a buff because you have more mobility, and then you can use your F a lot more than right now. Even though the damage get reduced, but I mean, you're already doing a lot of damage if you can put your F into the combo, and it's basically the execution of Yotohime, the execution line becomes a little bit lower, but you have more opportunity. Alright, I think it's a buff. And also, they changed Yotohime's alt, the rear swing. So you're able to use your alt more smoothly, I think. Just feels better and easy to land on the enemy. So I think overall that's a buff, but still she's not better than Viper, I think. Viper can do everything she can do, but better. Alright? So if Viper land on his ult, it's a kill, for sure. And then, compared to Yotohime, I think Viper Ning's ult is probably at same as Yotohime's ult to land. And then, if Yotohime land all her 6 strike, I don't think it's a... I mean, yeah, if you have a purple weapon, then it's a kill for sure, but still, if you want to land all your 6 strike, I mean the ultimate strike, it's very hard. Most of the time you will land only maybe 3 of them, and then when you're facing the good player, probably you can only land 1 or 2 of them. But for Viper, I know it's hard to land on your ult, but if you find a really good area, there's no bush or there's no offset, then it's easy. It's not that hard, and then they are not able to grappling hook away, so it's not that hard compared to Yotohime. When you know how to against Yotohime's ultimate, this champion becomes like so useless. Alright, but still I think it's a little bit better than the monk. So this is a new tier list for solo queue. The 2 girl, Matori and Kurumi, they will drop from the S tier and A tier, and then the Fireboy, he will goes up to the A tier. Goes to the S tier. All this Fireboy is based on you know how to do the shadow step, the one shot combo. If you don't know how to do the combo, then this guy is here. Alright? He's so like garbage if you don't know how to do the combo. Alright, but if you know how to do the combo, next patch, he's gonna be the god. He's gonna be the new god. Alright. Yeah, this is the champion for next patch. Do I talk about the weapon? Yeah, I've already mentioned about the weapon. Let me go through the other stuff they're gonna change in the next patch. Oh, and also, yeah, for Trill, they also buff his second ultimate, the fireball ultimate. So let's say right now, each fireball is costing 20% of the energy of his ult. They call it the rage, 20% of the rage. So in the PTR right now, it only costs like 15%. So you may use more fireball in your ultimate, all right? So they also buff his the fireball ultimate for the fire guy. So in Trail, at the very beginning, this is the current patch. This is the the tier list for Trail. It's like this. This guy is like garbage. So they buff the fireball ultimate. So maybe he's kind of useful right now. Maybe depends on the number, right? Like how much they buff. If they buff it pretty good, then probably he will be here. But still, Yuruhimi's ultimate is kind of same as Takaji's ultimate in Trail. If you know how to dodge them, then it's super easy to dodge. But if you don't know how to dodge them, then you will eat lots of damage. It really depends on your enemy if they know how to dodge it or not. Yeah. So this new guy, the fireball Takaji, in the new patch, Trail, he is a little bit better, but still not that good. Right? Still not that good. And this guy, those three guys stays the same because they're all just so strong in the Trail. Right? Then what's next? Let me go through the. Oh yes. They also nerf all the melee resistance Soul Jade. So right now the maximum is 30%. Everyone in solo queue take the melee resistance. I mean, that Soul Jade is just super OP compared to the normal one, compared to the attack, compared to the range resistance, and even compared to some of the damage Soul Jade. So melee resistance Soul Jade, they are so good right now. Everyone is taking that Soul Jade, and then they try to maximize their melee resistance. So they nerf the melee resistance Soul Jade, and then they nerf all the talents about the energy. So right now your energy cap is like 30% extra, and in the PTR I think it's only like 20%. So they nerf 1/3 of the energy cap. They also nerf everything about energy, like energy reduction, energy cost reduction, energy region per second. They nerf everything about energy. I think it's probably a balance to Tarkaji's one-shot combo. They don't want you to use that combo from zero stamina, zero energy. If you have full energy, talent, you can use your Takaji combo with no energy. You start with no energy, you can still use all the one-shot combo with the full energy talent pages. All right, so that's overpowered, I think. So you need to charge your energy to use all this combo, which gives the enemy a reaction time so they can run away. If there's no reaction time for the enemy, you just go in there, use your ult, and then one-shot them. You're not rely on your energy anymore. Then that's too overpowered. Right now he's kind of okay because you need to. Right now, he's kind of overpowered. If you know how to do the combo with no energy, that's why I think that's the main reason they nerf the energy talent. Alright, so they nerf the Soul Jade for melee resistance. They need all the energy talents. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the new patch in the PTR. I think about the talent nerf, the energy talent nerf is not a good nerf. Maybe they will back to the normal like right now, but I don't know. That's they're planning to nerf the energy talent. Maybe it's not a good option, so they decide to not nerf that. So it's all PTR. Everything might change when the game released to the official server. So yeah, that's it. That's all I want to share today. All the champion, all the hero tier list for the current patch, and then for the patch after the PTR. All right. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.